Welcome to Tent Talk, the podcast with Nancy McCready, where we talk about life under the big tent of God's presence and the provoking process of discipleship. Here we go.
Sometimes I am in my office and sometimes I am traveling when I record Tent Talk episodes. Yet no matter where I am, I'm pressed each time to be certain that it is real, that it is as fresh as possible, that it is not a canned message. It is not a canned conversation, because conversations under the big tent of God's presence, they are so necessary in this day and hour. So now you can hear me opening the closet door in my office. Just like the previous episode, I'm almost to the point that every episode might have to become a here we go, because it feels like we are on location and there is so much that's happening that the time that we spend with the Father is so important that we might hear from Him and refer all things to Him. Especially when there is an acceleration of what He is doing. Now, it's been planned since before the foundations of the world. He's taken many years to get many people ready. And yet, when you can begin to sense that the time span in between contractions, if you will, is an indicator as to when certain things are going to emerge and be seen and be known. Yet all things being referred to Him. I simply want to encourage you in this today. Remember, Tent Talk, these are conversations. They are to provoke you. They are to give you food for thought as it concerns the process of real discipling, real maturing in this hour of history. Not generally I need to grow up, but very specifically in real-time engagement with Him. So to refer all things to the Father, to ask Him, to lean into Him. Father, what do you think about this? What is your mind on this? And it progresses into, Father, what do we think about this? Because knowing that you have the mind of Christ means you already have the capacity and the ability to think like Him, to see like Him. But oftentimes we don't yet know what that specific thinking may be in a specific area for a specific time and season. Do I do everything that's asked of me? Or, Father, is there discernment that is required for me to see the intricacies of what you're doing? And when there is activation and when there is acceleration, even more so, we must refer all things to Him. In the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, man was going to refer all things to himself. Well, it just all seems fine to me. That sounds good to me. And we make ourselves and others the source of thinking, philosophies, imaginations, and we refer all things to ourselves or to others. And our opinion or someone else's opinion becomes of such paramount importance to the point that you could live your whole life more concerned about what others think of you than ever giving a side glance to what the Father has already not only said of you, but who He has actually made you to be in Christ. You see, these are aspects of the mind of Christ. Thinking like Him, referring all things to Him, making certain that we know that He would not tell us to do something if we could not. If we thought He's going to require these things of me, but He's not going to give me any means by which to do it. No, that's not possible. The Father's character would not allow for Him to require something, ask something, invite you into something, and not make certain that full provision had been made for it. And my friends, we have been given a great gift and are told to arm ourselves with that great gift, this weapon of the mind of Christ. This is coming into focus for us right now. It's not exclusive. It's not the only focus that we have right now, but it is a big part of it. So if you're listening to this episode in real time, Monday, May 4th, 2026, today I will also have a live on our Producers Way Facebook group, and that will be at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be talking about the importance of the mind of Christ, and hopefully be ready to announce when a 2-day intensive will be happening in the month of May. Not because I need something to do, not because you just simply need a little more, study, but that this is something that we must actively step into right now so as to crucify torturous things that are coming at you in your thoughts, especially when it comes to controversy with God. I'm making a note of this, specifically when it comes to sons thinking that somehow they have angst with God. No, the mind of the flesh has angst with God. And when it has not been met by the full force of the mind of Christ, then it continues to operate. And if sons are still under the delusion and the seduction and deception of the mind of the flesh, they will think that's them. And they will wrestle with God in a way that is absolutely not necessary. So, if you're listening in real time, then you know that this episode has dropped early on Monday morning. And I hope that you will join me 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on the Producers Way Facebook group. If you're not already someone who is a part of that, then just simply go on Facebook, type in the Producers Way, you'll see us there, and then just click join. There's no obligations, there's no financials required. It is a private Facebook group, and this is where we are occasionally able to connect with folks. So I would hope that you might become a part of that. But we have to have some very strong instruction in the mind of Christ and in the mind of the flesh so that we can understand that the mind and the soul must be renewed if ever there is going to be an expression not only of the transformation that has happened in me, but that it might give expression to God Himself. He will be able to express Himself. As our oneness with Him deepens, will He be able to express Himself? So, we can know that God is about to mature us, and it's going to find full sway. It is going to find absolute expression through us. It's not going to stay contained within the Spirit. You see, the battle for your mind is a definite warfare right now. Not for just your mental health, but the battle for your mind. And we want to make certain that we know which mind is ours. which mind has been crucified and which mind is going to be renewed. This is going to be so very, very important. So be with me today, and you can catch it live, or if you're not able to be with me live today in real time, then certainly whatever point that you catch this episode, that you go in to the Producer's Way Facebook group and access the repost of that live broadcast. So I look forward to it. I look forward to seeing you on there. And then, as I said, I'm hopeful that I'll be able to share with you when we're going to be able to do the Mind of Christ intensive. I'm certain it will be online. I would love to have some folks in person, but I don't know that all of that can happen. But we will see. So, be encouraged today that you have the mind of Christ, which means you can have His thoughts, His emotions, and His purposes, that your oneness with Him is maturing and is going to be functioning at new depths. Right now, it may just seem like Crazyville. It may seem like everything that can shake is shaking. You may feel so incredibly unstable right now, but I want you to hear me loud and clear. That is a part of the process of the old breaking so that the new can emerge. So I hope that I will have you with me, and I will have the opportunity to be with you as we begin to take a look at the mind of Christ, the most beautiful mind, the one that can bear all the weight and the pressure. And He has shared everything with you. So remember this, you're not crazy, my friends. You're called. You are called to Him. Your mind will not continue to be flooded with the fear of man. Your mind will not continue to be flooded with torturous thoughts. You will not be more aware of your lack and insufficiency. You will become more aware of His sufficiency and full provision to you. So, I will hopefully talk with you soon. Thanks for being on Tent Talk Podcast with me today.
For more information on Nancy, please visit nancymccready.com or follow her on social media at NB McCready.